and gentlemen, with me I have Matthew Marwick. I'm Neil van Heerden, and you're watching School Sports Live. We have an absolute cracker of a match, a humdinger ready to go. It's Kearsney College, Maritzburg College on Goldstones. What do you think, Matthew?
Well, thanks very much, Neil. It's a nice balmy day here in Maritzburg, 23 degrees. I must say I'm very excited for this, the 73rd encounter between these two schools, going all the way back to 1943. It's been a wonderful day of rugby and hockey between our many teams today, and of course we're all anticipating a wonderful first team match today.
100% Matthew. As you can see on your screens, the Kearsney boys are ready for this match, ready to lend their support, anything that they can do to help their first team get across the line. Second team has just finished playing. Final score there, 40-0 to Maritzburg College. Maritzburg College dominating the fixtures throughout the day. I think only the under-15As from Kearsney come away with our only victory, showing the depth that College have. Here we have College's starting lineup: Ethan Hodgson there, big loosehead Spe Dube, Craven Week player Wandile Slope, Gary Lesueur. Another one to watch out for is the captain and number 8, Tutsuku Mchunu. His matchup with Spoo Zangweni will be one to watch. Then in the backline we've got Jacques van der Walt, Grand Cornwall player from last year. Another one who'll be looking to pull the strings and get his backline firing, Matthew.
Yes, and Neil, I think Sparrow thought also for the number 6, the new fetcher for College, Guhle Dangalala. He's a young boy, young man in grade 11, making his debut today. He's been showing some fine form for the Sashes, so I'm sure his nerves are a bit jittery as they warm up behind the Kent Pavilion and get ready to run through the Nicholson Arch, through the stands and onto heroic Goldstones.
Absolutely, it's to make your debut for your first team. It's exactly what all schoolboys aspire to. And here we have the Kearsney team, pretty much unchanged from last week. Pendulu Dlamini, Tane Polsey, and the big number 3 Ox Comedy making up the front row. Then we also got the big boys Jordan Morum and Nicholas Baines in the engine room, and then number 7 Dylan Bissett switching to flank from lock, and then the big number 8 Spoo Zangweni. Jacques Widdendal unfortunately suffering a concussion, so he moves out of the team and makes way for Tane Meerhead to move to fly half, and Matthew Hayden comes into the team from the seconds. Another big boy to watch out for is the number 12 Derek Marshall, and then there's lots of speed out wide with Cameron Dudley, Christo Skippers, and the elusive Robbie Koenig.
Neil, you know, I was chatting to some of my grade 12 learners yesterday in my economics class. A lot of them went to school with the Kearsney boys, and they were rattling off some of those boys and speaking with a lot of respect for them. So there's certainly a lot of respect going back many years with Kearsney. I think it's interesting to note that in history, this is the 73rd game. 58 games have been won by Maritzburg College, 12 have been won by Kearsney and 2 drawn. Now that might make you think that Maritzburg College might be the favourites today, but Kearsney's won 7 of the last 10, and only one Kearsney as we speak.
The boys look fired up for this one, Matthew.
Neil, I'm just looking on my right-hand side. The first 15 are emerging from behind the Kent Pavilion. There'll be a lot of jitters at the moment. They're about to run through the Nicholson Arch, which was built in 1982 in honor of the great Mr. Skonk Nicholson. I see the heroic figure of the head prefect and first 15 captain, Ntutuko Mtunu. Keep an eye out for him, Neil. He's a wonderful sight to see with ball in hand, galloping across the lush green turf of Goldstones.
As you can see on your screens, the college boys are warming up. They can't wait for their heroes to run out onto the field right now. Seems to be a bit of a wait for the college boys. The Kearsney boys are out on the field, ready to go. Kearsney mascot on your screens, the Greyhound.
The referee today is Mr. Juan Pretorius. He's a well-known referee in Pietermaritzburg. He's been reffing a lot of first div games for a number of years. His touch judges are Buntu Mdochana, known popularly as Smiley, and the very experienced Mr. Kamal Rugbar. And here comes Mkunu leading his troops through the Nicholson Arch and onto Goldstones, and look at them go.
The boys look fired up. The boys look absolutely pumped up. I think we have a cracker of a game on our hands, Matthew. Both teams will be giving it their all. They will be not giving up a single inch, no call to ask or given.
You know, Neil, I passed through the rugby field at 8:30 last night, and I saw the huddled figures of the first 15 gathered in the darkness, muttering to themselves, and I'm sure they're very G'd up. Certainly the school is for this wonderful derby match against our old friends from Bothers Hill.
Maritzburg College, of course, have not had the season they would have hoped for. Having played 12 so far, won 3, lost 9. The last 4 fixtures have been a bit of a mixed bag. 1-2, lost 2. And they'll be looking to make that right today, Matthew.
Oh, correct, Neil. To be fair, there were a couple of warm-up games that you're including. They've played 9, not that it gets much better, and lost 6 and won 3. So they'll certainly be wanting to turn that around today. We see that the Kearsney fly half will be kicking off. I must say kickoffs have been a bit of a problem for the Maritzburg first 15 over the last 9 games. The referee is getting ready to blow the whistle, and they're away.
Nice hanging kick from Tainmehead. Taken into contact. Cooper from the base. Gets it to the big man, Spedube. Cooper again. Box kick. High hanging kick. Robbie Koenig underneath. Koenig takes. Kearsney looking to recycle. Hayden at the base. He goes blind. Bit of a rolling pass and ultimately straight into touch. Not the way Kearsney would have wanted to start.
Bit of early jitters there, perhaps, Neil. Perfectly understandable in these conditions. I'm sure all 30 players are fully amped for this contest.
Absolutely, Matthew. Number 9 there, Matthew Hayden, coming into the starting lineup for Jacques Orendahl.
Nice take there from the air from Gary Lesueur. It's going down the line now through the hands.
Into the hands of number 11, Kekane. Referee blows, side entry. Penalty to Kearsney. Referee Jean Pretorius refed many of first of game for me, Matthew. Very good ref. Knows how to handle a game and allows for the game to be played.
Yeah, very much so.
Tainmehead there with good clearance.
I've got to say, Neil, that lineouts have also been a bit of a problem for the Maritzburg College first 15. I'm sure the Kearsney coaches will be fully aware of those problems and will be using the lineout as a source of good ball, whether they're on attack or defense.
Number 2, Tain Polsey with a throw-in. Goes to the back. Overthrown.
It's taken
Mchunu
by the skipper, Mchunu there, driving nicely, pumping those big legs of his.
They go short side.
Nice dash there from Gary Lesueur. It's inside ball, and he's away. Go to ground, bit of recycling there. Big Hodgson in possession. And there goes the big man, Dube, once again. Nice little short drive, goes to ground, down the line, Van der Walt. Nice little stab there from Nzamande from coming in at 15. Down the line again. And there goes Thorpe, the grade 10.
Big thumping hit from Oliver Carmody though. Number 2, Nell with the ball. Tries to fend. Gets over the advantage line. Goes straight running from the college forwards there. Kearsney over the ball, fix the turnover.
Oh, that'll be disappointing for the home supporters. Nice bit of work there from Gary Lesueur. He's been prominent in the opening exchanges.
Again, a very good touch found by Tainmehead. Kearsney in pretty much a position they were earlier. Unfortunately, the line out going astray and college being able to go through the phases. What impressed me so far about college in his first couple of exchanges, Matthew, is just with the intensity that they seem to be running with, getting over the advantage line almost at will.
Oh, Neil, it's early days, but it's certainly a promising start for the young college back line.
Taken at the back. Comedy to Hayden. Cameron Dudley there in the middle, getting scragged, getting caught behind the advantage line. Hayden reaching in. To me ahead. Oh, bit of miscommunication there with number 5, Nicholas Baines, and the knock-on as a result.
So the first scrum is coming up, and I must say it's always interesting to see how packs measure up against each other. The college pack is got a nice grizzled front row, and they're up against a nice steady threesome there of Dlamini, Polsey and Carmody. Let's have a look how they square up against each other. Cooper feeds. Another long skip pass down the college line. Nzamande in the line. Scragged. Nice recycling there from the college forwards. Down to Van der Walt again. Bit of miscommunication once again, and a good storming run there by the Kearsney forwards. They're putting a lot of pressure on the college backline at the moment.
Hayden with a little chip through. Polsey seems to be through. He gathers. And he scores! Against the run of play there, Matthew. Absolutely clever little play there by Tane Polsey. Spots the space in behind, puts a little chip through, and Tane Polsey, he's been in absolutely beautiful form of late, scoring in the last 3 matches.
Well, some very enterprising play there from the Kearsney backline, and some superb pressure from Polsey. Well played there.
Here we have it. The big man, Oliver Carmody, getting over the advantage line, getting Kearsney on the front foot. Quick ball. Spots the space in behind. No one there. Gathered by Polsey. Polsey playing number 2, but he's a number 6 by trade.
I think they've called offside, and yeah, right.
Okay. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. After the try initially being awarded, as it was changed, Tane Polsey slightly in front of the kicker there, and College getting the penalty.
Right, that's good play there by referee Pretorius. I think he had a bit of assistance from his touch judge, but a large sigh of relief for Maritzburg College supporters, and a nice dash there, and the college boys are breaking through. Bit of recycling. Cooper through the hands, Van der Walt. Another dash there by big Ethan Hodgson from Richards Bay. Bit of a fumble there by the skipper Mkunu, but he did well to keep the ball, and an offside call there by referee Pretorius. So now a chance for the grade 11 fly half Van der Walt to make his own stab at the poles.
Judging on these early exchanges here, Matthew, it looks like we're in for quite a tightly contested match. Captain Mchunu not hesitating at all in giving Van der Walt the ball and telling him to have a crack at it.
Yes, and I think given some of the line-out issues that we've had in the season, I think that's a wise call. Silence descends on Goldstones.
Van der Walt strikes it sweetly, but to the left, dotted down, and will be a level 22 dropout.
Must say, I have been very appreciative of the way in which both sides have been throwing the ball around, giving it a bit of air. I think we're in for a very entertaining afternoon's rugby. Good take there by Nzamande at 15. Bit of a dart, a bit of a skip. He's a tricky customer, this. There goes Dube. Pump those legs. Bit of support there. Lesueur's on his shoulder.
Number 11 there. Kekane managing just to keep it inside. Cooper now. Taken up by number 2, Brandon Nell. Cooper again to Van der Walt. Oh, knock on. Unfortunately, a bit of miscommunication there between Brandon Nell and his number 3 coming in on the angle, Spe Dube.
Well, that was disappointing after a nice passage of play from Maritzburg College. Some nice, promising continuity, but ultimately the ball going to hand courtesy of that knock-on.
Ladies and gentlemen, follow us on School Sports Live on Twitter, also on Facebook, /School Sports Live. If you have any old boys out there, feel free to comment and tell us where you're watching from. Also, you can follow School Sports Live on Instagram at School Sports Live.
Quite a nice little scrum there from the Maritzburg College pack. I thought Hodgson was giving his tight-head opponent a bit of a working over there, bit of a pat on the back from his fellow forwards.
Kearsney College would be looking to play the territorial game and get out of their half. They'll be looking for a good, solid scrum here.
And as you can see, 10 minutes have gone in the match so far. The team's still locked together at 0-0. Bit of a charge down there, but Messi, nice comeback from Kearsney. Goes out wide and it's out into touch.
Unfortunately, Robert Kuring there and Nina Gumere not on the same wavelength, and the ball being spilt out.
Nice attacking line-out position here for Maritzburg College forwards. I see it's been called a knock-on and a scrum.
Captain with a choice of either the knock-on or the scrum when it gets knocked out, and Maritzburg sensing that there's a bit of ascendancy in the scrum and deciding to pack down.
Cooper feeds. Van der Walt. Nice little dash from the young pivot. Another big run by Hodgson, the big front ranker. Recycled by Maritzburg College. Bit of holding on there. Cooper, once again. Khadebe, a stab. Inzamandi.
Referee blowing his whistle. Penalty to College for tackle without the ball or being taken out in the air. And again, Captain Unu not hesitating at all and pointing towards the sticks.
I'm with you there, Neil. I think the captain's decision to go for poles when he could have a very nice attacking line-out here on the left is indicative of a tight game and a realization that points are going to be quite scarce. So the young pivot, Van der Walt, comes up to take the penalty. He's a fine sportsman, I add, Neil. He plays for the first 11 cricket as well.
Strikes it sweetly. Flags go up, 3 points. Kearsney College falling behind there. Maritzburg College 3 points up. And Jacques van der Walt there atoning for the earlier miss. Putting his team on the board.
That'll give a lot of confidence to the young college backline. They've only got one grade 12 boy amongst them, Radebe. All the other boys are grade 11, so that'll settle some nerves.
Tane Muirhead with a kick going deep.
Punu is under it. Bit of a charge there from the college captain. Well tackled there by the Kearsney scrum half.
And Kearsney College on his feet. Beautiful play there by number 4, Jordan Moram. And Kearsney have the opportunity to level the scores. Again, captain number 8, Spusangweni, not hesitating, pointing straight to the post. Tane Muirhead has been very solid off the kicking tee of late, and he'll back himself from this distance.
You'll be interested to see there, Neil, that the Maritzburg College boys are all holding their badges. I think that's an indication of the disgrace that they feel, having conceded a penalty.
Flags go up. Kearsney tie the score 3-all. After an early 14 minutes that have passed now, I think the teams have played a bit tentatively and they're feeling each other out here. And I think they would have realized after the first 14 minutes that we're in for a tight game, Matthew.
Yeah, very much so, Neil.
Van der Walt gets him underway. Taken by Sangweni. Sangweni plays Muirhead. Muirhead with a big boot. Taken by number 15. Zimande. He puts a little kick through. Taken by Koenig. Well secured by the Kearsney support players. Marshall at the base. Picks and goes. Makes some good meters. Hayden to Sangweni. And he gets over the advantage line. Offloads to Baines. Looks for support. Hayden. Bit of a nothing pass there by Muirhead.
And scraped by Mkulu, and there he goes.
Big, strong run by Mkulu.
Now Nell in possession. Good tackle there by the Kearsney defenders. Cooper's got his hand on it, down the line. Van der Walt into some traffic. Recycle. Clawpair is there. Ooh, a bit of a fundle by the Maritzburg College boys.
Referee blowing his whistle saying that hands in the ruck there. And a bit of promise shown there by both teams. First, Sangweni breaking through, offloading to Nick Baines. Then unfortunately the pass going astray. That man Mkulu intercepting and showing us his power, his speed.
It's interesting the influence being exerted by the two number 8s from the respective schools. Both of them the skippers. I've been very impressed with their energy thus far in the first quarter of the match. And nice little strike there, Van der Walt. The flags are up again. And it's 6-3 to Maritzburg College as Van der Walt takes his second penalty of the afternoon. I must say I've been quite impressed at the darkness that's beginning to descend. I don't think it's particularly noticeable on the screen, but it is getting quite dark, and as we drift into the second half, that could be a factor under the high ball, Neil.
Well taken in the air there by number 5, LeSueur. College will be looking to exit, and that's exactly what that man Cooper does. Taken by Koenig. He plays Muirhead on the inside. Muirhead sizing up his options. He goes for the run. Gives it to Sangweni.
Oops.
Who unfortunately knocks on. Kearsney College playing a dangerous game in their own half.
Some good pressure there by the college backs coming up and shutting down the options of the Kearsney attackers. I was very impressed there with the take there by Gary LeSueur. He's actually the son of the college skipper of 1989, Bruce LeSueur, who captained Natal Schools that year. So it's nice to see the pedigree coming through the families once again. He's a young man with a tremendous heart. He's the captain of water polo as well here at college. And down they go, and Cooper feeds.
Big scrum from college again. Van der Walt plays Cooper. Cooper to Van der Walt. To Dube. Well tackled by number 7, Nicholas Baines. Van der Walt. Number
To
8.
Big Hodgson, and he barrels his way forward. Recycling, Van der Walt. Hoyer into some traffic. Good defense by the Kearsney back line.
Kearsney have been very good in this first 18 minutes in just upsetting the rhythm with which college are trying to play. They're contesting every single breakdown, and that's the third penalty that they've received at the breakdown, Matthew.
Yes, that's a bit disappointing for Maritzburg College supporters. I've been impressed with the defense of the Kearsney boys. College have had a lot of clean ball at the back line, but haven't managed to break the gain line very often.
Sangweni at the back, taps it down. And unfortunately, number 4, Jordan Morum, in an offside position, and then giving the referee a bit of lip, the Kearsney boys, and he doesn't hesitate in giving college another 10 meters. Bit of consultation amongst the college boys. Van der Walt will kick for the corner.
Nice steady touch there by young Van der Walt. Gives college a line out, about 5 meters outside the Kearsney 22.
Good attacking position here, Matthew.
Good take by Thorpe. Cooper, Van der Walt. Forward pass adjudged. What a pity, into the hands of Hodgson. It's going to be a scrum for Kearsney.
That big man Hodgson was running an absolutely beautiful line there. The one time the big man gets to run with the ball. And
as a front ranker, he'll be disappointed with that, won't he?
No doubt, Matthew. Maritzburg have looked very good at the scrum time today. That same man, Ethan Hodgson, going up against Oliver Carmody, better known as Ox. Solid scrum there from Kearsney. Muirhead. Ooh. Dudley with it on the outside. He's got a lot of pace. Still going to the 22. Good support there. Number 6 looking like he's coming in from the side. Referee's got his arm out. Hayden. To number 15, Koenig. He knocks it on, but the referee will come back. And he might want to have a word there with number 6.
The young debutant, Mr. Dlangalala.
Yeah.
But a superb sweeping movement there by the Kearsney backline. They've certainly got a lot of zip, Neil. That'll be putting some jitters into the college backline as the match carries on.
Kearsney opting to go for touch, about 6 meters out. 10 Palsy with a throw in. Spusangweni speaking to his team. It goes to that man, Sangweni. Palsy has it at the back.
Whoa.
Great maul. Set up here.
And a breakaway. Oh. Adjudicated to have knocked on just as he went for the line, Neil. It was a very, very good maul set up by the Kearsney forwards. They'll be disappointed with that.
I think he could have held on to that one for a little bit longer. The maul was doing well. It was making meters. Here we have it again. He has it from the side. Actually, Mchunu coming around the side there. So, excuse me, not Mchunu, it's Thorpe. And so he could have held it on a little bit longer. But Palsy breaks away and unfortunately knocks it on. Here we have Hoyer carrying it up. Cooper to Van der Walt, who gets trapped behind his line. College is starting to run it out of the 22. Good hit by Sangweni on that number 11. Kekane. Turned over by Dudley. Meth. Hayden to number 5. Baines. Muirhead switching play to Bossett. Referee blows his whistle, saying first knock on from College and then another one from Kearsney. It would be a scrum down Kearsney ball.
Just watching the ebb and flow of this game, Neil. Some good possession here by the Kearsney pack and the forwards. Some really good defence on Kekano, who then knocked the ball forward. And Kearsney managing to put themselves in another very promising position. They've got some options here. Is there an 8-9-14 move a possibility?
Number 14, Skipper is with the ball. Referee's got his arms out. Blindside flank, Dylan Bissett fighting hard. Unfortunately knocking it on. But the referee blows his whistle. He's going to have a chat to the college captain. Unhappy about the man not being on his feet there at that last ruck. Thought he was going to reach for his pocket there for a second, but I'm happy he didn't. Don't think it was just necessary required yet.
And I think the debutant, Mr. Dlangalala, will be receiving some stern words from his captain, Mkunu, who looked decidedly displeased there.
Tain Muirhead with a perfect opportunity to level up the scores again from not far out in front. Muirhead strikes. The flag stayed down though. He'll be disappointed with that one, Tanmir. He's been in red hot kicking form of late. 22 dropout. About 11 minutes to play. Gumede underneath, he takes, gives it to Polsey. Polsey plays it into the middle. Muirhead spots a bit of space. Here he goes. Little half break. Sets it up about 5 meters inside Kearsney's half. Pick and go from number 2, Polsey. Referee blows his whistle. He was unhappy about the amount of movements being made there on the deck. And College have an opportunity to kick it deep inside their own half and set up a great attacking play here.
Kearsney's had the better of Maritzburg College in the last few plays. So Van der Walt be looking to kick this ball nice and deep and take the game into the Kearsney half. A safe touch there by Van der Walt, looking for a line-out rather than distance. The line-out now takes place 12 meters inside the Kearsney half. Van der Walt, Noel's got the ball.
Well, I think safe is exactly how I described the play so far from both teams. Just feeling each other out in this first half.
Good take there by Lesueur in the air. Let's see if they can get a bit of a rolling maul. Nel at the back's got the ball. He's on his feet. He drives through, goes to the ground, recycling. The big inside centre, Hoyer, crashes into some traffic. More recycling by Maritzburg College. Cooper's got the ball. Bit of a bobble there. Kekana in the line. Khadebe's got the ball, the big outside centre. No advantage there to Maritzburg College. Is that an offside call by referee Pretorius? This looks decidedly kickable, Neil. Let's see what Maritzburg College is going to decide. They're going to go for poles. Assistant coach there, Mr. Carl, has a quiet word of encouragement with the college skipper, Mkunu, as Van der Walt lines up to make the score 9-3 in favour of the home side.
As we come towards the end of this first half, let's just watch Van der Walt take this. He strikes, seems to be pushing it right. Right it does go, dotted down by Robbie Koenig there. It'll be 22 dropout to Kearsney. What have been your impressions of the first half, Matthew?
Neil, much of the game has been played between the 22s of the two sides. Neither side has really got on top of the other one. So both sides will be looking to capitalise in the second half. And here we have a penalty adjudicated in favour of Kearsney by referee Pretorius. Holding on by the Maritzburg College forwards.
And it's that man, number 2, Tane Polsey. He's been in imperial form so far on the ground, especially in this first half. Tane Muirhead kicks, seems to have gotten a good distance there.
Yes, good work by Polsey. His name for a tight forward has been mentioned a lot so far today. Very well played by the promising Kearsney number 2.
To Morum down to Muirhead. Muirhead into number 7, Bissett. Ooh, little knock on there. Referee's got his arms out. I think it might be deliberate. I think it might be a penalty advantage there in the midfield. Yes, it is. He double blow on the whistle. Time is off. And I think number 1,
Ethan Hodgson
might be in trouble. Yep, he's been sent to the bin. He'll have 6 minutes to think about his sins. Kearsney will be looking to put this one as close to the try line as possible. And these are those golden time periods, those key time periods that coaches talk about just before halftime and just after halftime, where you want to you want to score and you want to avoid conceding, Matthew.
Oh, well said, Neil. And missing the influential Hodgson is going to be a serious problem for the Maritzburg College boys.
Sacked there by number 5 from college, Lesueur. Muirhead takes, giving it to number 6.
Scrag by Nkunu, driven back in the tackle with Nell.
Hayden, short, and it gets the offload going. But
Forward
the referee,
pass,
as a judge, the forward pass, I think that one was harsh. That was flat at best. Great running there. Muirhead playing Marshall short. Marshall getting the offload to Koenig, who was on his shoulder. But unfortunately, the referee judged to the ball to have gone forward.
Well, Maritzburg College let off the hook there again. And on runs big second 15 prop Travis van Aert, who will now be taking over from Hodgson, which means that one of the Maritzburg College loose forwards will have to be giving way, I would guess.
Both teams will be scrubbing with 7 players. Number 8, Sangweni, dropping out. College looking to run it out of their 22. Cooper there at the base, playing it to that man that you just mentioned. Van der Walt with the kick. Think it was touched. Everyone's onside. Kearsney tapping it back.
Does he have numbers left?
To Muirhead. Palsy with a handle.
Oh.
Placing it back. Hayden reaching in to number 5.
Maritzburg College tackling like their lives depend on it. It's 15 versus 14 at the moment. Another big run there by the Kearsney number 12.
Derek Marshall. Oliver Comedy. Big run. Hayden to Bissett. Robert Koenig with the ball. Slow ball for Kearsney. Playing it to number 6. Bossett. Hayden. Short to Comedy, who gets over the advantage line. He places the ball back. But unfortunately, I think he knocked it on in the contact there, and College come away with it. It's that number 8. Nkunu. Play heating up a bit here as we head towards half-time. 3 minutes to go. Cooper digging for it. Referee the arm out.
And there goes Dube on the charge again. The College boys are cheering in the background. And a stab here from Cooper.
Underneath it is number 10, but referee blows his whistle, going back for the penalty advantage that was being played for hands in the ruck.
Nice counter-attack there from Nkunu once again, who's been prominent for the Maritzburg College side, which has been a bit under the cosh in the last 10 minutes. So well played for him for turning that defensive position into a counter-attack.
Kick not going out though, and number 10, Robert Koenig, summing up what's in front of him. He decides to put it on the boot. Also not finding touch, no, I beg your pardon, just finding touch. And that was a big, good clearance kick by Robert Koenig. And Kearsney will be disappointed that they had their possession turned over. They were in a good position on the 22, 15 against 14. They looked like they had space out wide. Unfortunately, they couldn't find it. And
just looking at the time there, Neil, 33 minutes gone. So Maritzburg College will be holding on until the end of the half after 35 minutes.
Pick and go there by Dylan Bissett. Pick and go by Ox. Comedy.
Grab there by Lesueur. Good defense by the college forwards.
Hayden to Muirhead with a big Gary Owen. Under lots of pressure is number 15, who deals with it extremely well, but he pops, and now it's Nell. I beg your pardon. Cameron Dudley, who does well to stay inside. Kearsney in a good position. Bissett with the ball. He hits space. Muirhead with a little cross kick. There's space outside. The ball sets up for Ngumere. Did he ground it? I don't think he did. Touch judge has his flag up. A judge to have gone out. Great vision there by Tane Muirhead. He saw the space out wide, put the little cross kick, the little kick pass as it's called nowadays, and number 11, Nina Ngumere, just not unable to dot it down in the corner.
Another good take by Lesueur in the air, 5 meters from his line. The forwards get a bit of go forward.
Oh, and a penalty to College. Big letdown. They did very well there to gather that line out and then to set up the driving maul as the rain comes down, folks.
And the minutes have ticked by. That's 35 minutes on the clock, and we break for half time.
And with the rain coming down, I can only imagine that it's going to affect the way the second half is played, Matthew.
Yes, one imagines that the backline play that we've been admiring in the first half will cease very much, and it's going to be a lot messier game between the forwards. What have your thoughts been on the packs thus far? Because I think the packs are going to play an increasing influence as the match continues.
I think in open play, Kearsney have had the upper hand, especially when it comes to the breakdown. They've been very good contesting at almost every single breakdown and often making the turnover or affecting the steal, even winning the penalty on a couple of occasions. But in the tight phases and in the set pieces, I think Maritzburg College have had the upper hand, especially in the scrums.
Well, looking at the scoreboard, Neil, it's 6-3 to the home side. And I would tend to think that Kearsney had the slight better of that first half. So the Maritzburg College supporters will be breathing a sigh of relief as referee Pretorius blew his halftime whistle there, especially with one man behind the poles, Ethan Hodgson.
No, absolutely. As you see the Maritzburg College boys in a jovial mood jumping up and down here at halftime. The score is 6-3 to Maritzburg College, and we've got some highlights for you. Here's that big number 3, grade 11, Oliver Comedy. And I think this was the disallowed try. The little kick over, I think it was very close, but I think referee rightly is judging Tane Polsey to be ahead of the kicker, and that was disallowed, that try. And here was another sweeping move. Christo Skeepers with the ball. They're giving it to Cameron Null, who had lots of space and he's got lots of gas. But great cover defense there by the college players. And here again, there was the maul. Looking at the replays, Matthew, you can't help but feel that the Kearsney boys will be kicking themselves with the amount of opportunities that they've had, but haven't taken. Here's yet another one, number 4 so far. Well-weighted kick taken by Ngumere. He seemed to only have to put the ball down, and unfortunately unable to. And so that's the 4th try gone a begging.
Yes, while Maritzburg College has ventured into the Kearsney half on occasion and have taken their 2 penalties, one can't help but think that the Kearsney 15 has been on putting the Maritzburg College side under a lot of pressure in that first half.
Maritzburg College, of course, will be biding their time for the big number 1, Ethan Hodgson, to come back onto the field and even up the numbers, and that without any damage being done. No points being added to the board.
Yes, quite right. And Neil, I'm listening to the Maritzburg College boys singing their song at halftime. Are we going to look forward to having the Kearsney boys sing their famous Shosho Loza?
It does seem like their war cry leader is preparing them for something, Matthew.
He's bought the newspaper from Jabu on his way to work for as long as he can remember. Always the same corner, the same time, only the front page changes. They debate the most important matters in the world until the robot turns green. Protect your future memories by ensuring the one thing that keeps your conversation going, your income. Follow the link to learn more about Liberty's income protection. Liberty, the advantage of knowing.
Neil, I think it's also fair to say that the Kearsney singers are world famous. Is that right?
No, absolutely. Kearsney boys are very proud of the cultural department, as well the choir, having done amazing things in recent years and ranked as one of the best choirs in our country, and also gone overseas and done the school proud and brought back some gold medals in various World Choir Championships and the like.
If I'm not mistaken, before we cross over to the rugby, there's the World Schools Championships in South Africa this year. And I know that Maritzburg College will be joining their Kearsney friends at that competition.
100% being hosted in Pretoria this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Welcome back if you've been joining us here at Goldstone. Score is 6-3 to Maritzburg College. We're just about to kick off the second half. It's a bit of an indifferent performance so far from both teams. Both seem to be a bit hesitant. Maritzburg College have done very well in the set pieces and have controlled the game nicely in patches, and Kearsney College have had their opportunities, unable to take them at the moment, and I think that's the difference between the teams at the moment. They'll be looking to take those opportunities, and College will be looking to string phases together, Matthew, and not lose the ball on the ground so much.
Yes, and I think for a team that's coming off a number of losses, this College team will be a scrapping team. They will just be scrapping and fighting and grabbing. They're a feisty bunch of boys without too many stars, and I think their heart is certainly going to be tested in the second half as they play towards College Road.
Referee Jean Pretorius gets us underway. Big kick from Van der Walt. Knocked backwards. In the air there by Kearsney. No. Referee Jean Pretorius adjudged for the ball to have gone forward. And it'll be scrummed down, ball to Maritzburg. About 30 meters out from the Kearsney try line.
Right, a nice attacking position here for the Maritzburg College pack. We're still counting down the minutes until Hodgson is able to rejoin the match. Skipper Mkunu finds himself on the open side flank. And Cooper feeds in the darkness as it descends on Goldstones here at Maritzburg College down the line. And Nzimande with a bit of a burst with a white cap on, goes to ground. Good defence there by the Kearsney midfield. And Nzimande is...
He seems to be in a bit of bad shape there. A bit of a high hit there by number 12, Derek Marshall. He is a tall man.
Oh dear, that's not a sight that any lover of rugby ever wants to see, as young Anele Nzimande lies prone on the Goldstones turf. An interesting thing about Mr. Nzimande, Neil, is that he was injured in a shooting accident last year. It was a rather gory story, I'm afraid, and he was shot in the belly. And my friends in my economics class yesterday were telling me that the bullet is still in his body. They weren't able to take it out last year. So good luck to Mr. Nzimande. Let's see if he can.
Here's the replay of the same events. Van der Walt playing it out wide. Here he goes. Coming across from Marshall. And you can see he didn't intend it, but he did hit him high. And he fell straight to the deck. As you can hear the Maritzburg College boys cheering in the background, that's because number 15, Anele Nzimande, has gotten back to his feet. He looks like he'll go off the field though.
Yes, his knees are looking a bit groggy there. So I would anticipate that Willemse of the second 15, the Sashes, who had a particularly fine game early on the afternoon, will be replacing Anele Nzimande at number 15.
Nzimande will probably go for the old concussion test.
Did you see, Neil, that the referee Pretorius has given a yellow card? It looks against your big centre, Mr. Marshall, perhaps, and off he goes to go and stand behind his poles for a few minutes.
Referees, of course, have been instructed to police the tackling very strictly and not tolerating anything that's dangerous, anything that poses any sort of danger to the opposition team.
Right, this is the magnificent attacking opportunity. Nell prepares to feed to the line out. We're 6 meters from the Kearsney line. Up goes Lesueur, nice take. Pop to Nell again, on the charge. On his feet, he goes down. Well tackled. Referee's arm is out for going over. Cooper burrows for the ball. Van der Walt, flat pass, intercepted. Back we go, no advantage, penalty to Maritzburg College. Let's see what skipper Mkunu now does. He's got a wonderful attacking opportunity. Will he take the safe route and go for poles instead? A lot of anticipation up there on Basher Ridge for the Maritzburg College boys.
Referee blowing his whistle and calling big number 1, Ethan Hodgson, back onto the field. So going from 14-14 to 1 man up on College.
Isn't this an interesting turnaround for the books? Now we have Maritzburg College 6 meters from the Kearsney line with an attacking scrum and 15 men against 14. Let's see if they can capitalize on their advantage. Oh.
Gumede decides to run it from behind his own goal line. But the referee blows his whistle, no advantage from the knock-on.
That was a disappointing outcome for Maritzburg College, of course. Nice long skip pass, but unfortunately the hard-charging Khadebe wasn't able to take the ball. And here we have a replay of that event.
I think the camera missed it a bit there. I think what College were trying to do is exploit that inside centre channel exactly where Marshall would have been. Unfortunately, the pass just going a little bit behind the player. Hayden gives to Muirhead. Uses that big right boot of his to bring play about 30 meters away. And what you hear there in the background is the lightning alarm, if I'm not mistaken, and the whistle going from the referee. Boys will be asked to leave the field, and what's protocol?
Well, I'm afraid to say that the boys are now going to be required to leave the field until the referee is comfortable that that it's safe to continue. And we've had a couple of lightning alarms in the last couple of weeks here in Maritzburg. And you might be aware of our young old boy, Mr. Nchangase, who was playing for Maritzburg United, who was struck by lightning and killed in early March. So it's a real issue here in Maritzburg. And the referee is not going to be taking any nonsense.
No, absolutely. Every precaution taken to prevent any serious injury. And so the boys and the spectators all leaving the field, as you can see, emptying out very quickly, trying to find some shelter.
And Neil, how are you feeling sitting in this elevated position on an exposed field?
I'm ready to meet my maker, Matthew.
I wonder what the call is if this continues, Neil. And I think one has to ready ourselves for the fact that the match might not continue at all. Would the match then be abandoned? And no result.
I could imagine that would happen, Matthew. It wouldn't be the first time that it has happened. I think back of not so long ago last year, Kes versus Affis, if I'm not mistaken. Kes were actually, with an amazing team that they did have last year, were in the lead. But unfortunately, in the second half, the lightning alarm also sounded, and the boys never got to go back, and the match was abandoned.
And of course, King Edward's in Johannesburg were coming off a very tragic incident only a couple of years ago, where a number of boys were seriously injured in lightning. So, you know, this is a much needed precaution for these big inter-school matches. Isn't this a tragic sight, Neil, after all the hustle and bustle that we've enjoyed since the first match was kicked off on Goldstones at 8 o'clock this morning, to see it so deserted and all these people, many of them making their way to their vehicles and to the local bowling club across the road for some light refreshments.
Well, folks, we're going to leave you for a second, and we'll keep you up to date. As soon as we have more information, we'll get that across to you. Unfortunately, the game is suspended due to the lightning, and we'll be back as soon as we know more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still with us, unfortunately the game has been officially called off due to lightning. As you can see, you might be able to hear in the background that the thunder is rolling in and the lightning alarm is not off, and we will not be finishing this game. We thank you for joining us and we apologize for any inconvenience. Thank you very much.